All right, so back in Disco Elysium, I was wandering around for a while, trying to figure out where Ruby is at this place. And I'm gonna be honest, I looked it up a little bit. All I know is that I'm supposed to look at this. That's as far as I checked. So we'll see what happens when I look at this. And just as what happened before this, I found the cryptozoologist, the husband of the woman in the whirling in rags. Talked a little bit, told him, "Hey, go back to your wife." He's like, "Maybe in a bit," and now we're here. So I guess step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that
It
are
updated
cracking
our Ruby thing
and will
already.
soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack. In that
All right,
church
Cam.
tower, maybe.
I feel like we have to pass this. Shivers. I have not buffed this at all. I only got one. I mean, we're gonna fail it, but
Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast.
all right.
The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
Oh, she could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We've already talked to the cryptozoologists. Working with them might give us a good excuse to run around, give us some structure. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too.
My guess is that we really have to pass that check.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
All right. And if that fails, if we don't find her,
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, tomb drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
hopefully it doesn't.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
It feels like they're heavily hinting that I need to do that, so, to do this check, so.
Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
All right, so I guess we're off to get some experience. Why is I don't know what's up with my game audio. It's kind of been crackling. But yeah, so we will do some of that.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Tell me more about this Phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Okay. What makes it difficult to find?
Good question. Being a Phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
You're not wrong.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
Typical rookie assumption.
I'm just asking the
Insects are
question.
much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian Phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
Okay. Well, what have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
I'm a little sick, by the way. So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Fair enough.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian Phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Maybe it's died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
What?
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
It's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian Phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I try my best to remain dispassionate.
Okay, well, anyway, Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps.
All right.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
I don't think she cares.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I didn't know the Phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A
Has she?
verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the Phasmid.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Well, I guess we gotta go listen to her.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Phasmid.
I guess.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back to check the traps later?
Oh, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the Phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this.
Alright, well, we just gotta peace out then. Wait, what's this? We just still in cash. I think we will go back to the, I guess, the mainland, if that's what you want to call it. And talk to Lena and see if we can do anything to raise any stats.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Well, I ran into your husband on the coast.
Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease. if even a little.
You are welcome.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her.
All right, way to undercut the work I did. You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
No, I really want to know.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden,
What happened?
I looked up, and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I'd never seen anything like it. The reeds turned into a creature.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Creepy. Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
And this man flipped out.
We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my descriptions matched the Phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
You were on a date?
Our first.
No.
Yes.
Its limbs are white?
Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them. On the inside, like stalks of marble, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
You don't think you imagined it?
Of course. I've thought about it. But Morel says my report matches with the others. And I'm sure I hadn't heard of the Phasmid as a child. Nor had my mother or my grandmother. So how did I know what to imagine? It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian Phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
What do you think of this, Kim?
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
But that doesn't account for the fact that it adds up. Well, thanks for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Oh.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
All right, well, I guess that's it for that. We've told her about her husband. We got the story of the thing. And we got a point to boost our shivers. Because I think that's going to be necessary. And maybe we can cross some more stuff off our list.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
What else?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine.
I don't want to ask this question. But is it enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Okay. Do it? I don't know. I don't have to be guarded. Interesting. What have you found? I never thought the sea brought in anything particularly interesting. What have you found?
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures.
That doesn't
A
sound
mine washed
romantic at
ashore
all.
once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
I don't want to ask any of these things, to be honest. I mean, okay, enough about this place. Drugs, I need info on this. Major narc, no. These are all trash. I kind of don't care. All right, okay.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself every morning.
I don't have the ability to pass this. What is this? Suggestion? Maybe we can come back for that. Because apparently I can pass it, but it's not gonna happen right now. I guess we just gotta work on getting the Anotic Dance music thing going. So back to the church.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I can talk to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on. You don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the Anotic Dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Should I bring that up? That could go real south real fast. But we also might not get anywhere if we don't talk about it.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
Well, that's petty.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
This is very high.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research. You mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help you with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glossy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. Touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
I might have that. I don't know. By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident in the Doom commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Actually, I've already been inside.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
Did that need to be on? Because I turned it off. Oh, no. And when...
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told...
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the Ice Bear fridge. It said the offsite copy had been moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offsite copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislav.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulisław Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
I found the ice cream maker, but couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
Thanks.
I guess.
And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
I mean, she didn't have to offer it up. I wouldn't have taken it.
This glorious multi-tool makes a regular pry bar completely obsolete.
Cool. Let's roll. All right, let's see if we can bust this
This
freezer
orange
open.
machine is buzzing like an old submarine. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of job?
Forgot I had to equip it. That thing is huge. Why is it so big?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
That is still disappointingly low.
Ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Blue electric lights come to life. Inside, on a frosty platform, lies an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep. A filament memory with the words, "Off-site copy," written on its side. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
What? No ice cream?
A scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes.
All right, let's
You
roll.
gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperatures.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
It's not that big a deal. We'll just take it to her. Last thing we need is to mess it up, because you never know. This game might say, hey, you're trash.
Yes, what is it?
About the offsite copy you asked me to bring.
Yes?
I brought you the filament.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
So, what's going to happen now?
Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Wait, no. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
Wait, why? Wait, don't put it in yet. It might be dangerous?
No, it's not dangerous. Just depressing.
Was that just some nonsense his brain came up with? I believed him. What are you hoping to find?
I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the anomaly's location from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out.
Okay, now what?
Sona doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it.
What is
Hold
it?
on.
My bad. Just let her do her thing.
Just give me a second. I'm almost...
I'm letting you do it.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Kim is enthralled.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly.
You did it. You found the coordinate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, wasn't that an adorable thank you? So where is it? Where is your 2 millimeter hole in the world?
There, in the swallow.
Isn't that, did we not
Think you can
already
help
know
me
that?
again?
Sure, what you need?
I need you to go move those water bolts for me. I need to double check my calculations. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
3, 2, 4, 5.
Thanks.
3, 2, 4, 5. Okay. Where are we starting from?
It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound. Some water spills out of the bowl.
Didn't need to
wetting the
memorize
floor.
it.
The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Time to run back, or maybe walk. This is a sacred place after all.
All right, well, that was no problem.
Yes, what is it?
Why are you antagonistic? I did what you asked.
Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
What's wrong?
Yeah. Nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Isn't it going to just be silence and nothing else?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything.
Demons.
I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is...
What?
I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying. Maybe it's going to tear the world apart.
I think you're overthinking this.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
It's scary, but we just have to face it.
Yeah. You're right. Let's do it.
Look at Harry being a voice of reason.
The lieutenant takes a step back.
My man said, caution.
And then, nothing. Nothing happens as Sona Lokenen-Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary.
Say
She
nothing.
doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. One hand cupping the headphone.
Well,
Damn it.
well, at least the world still seems to be alright.
Yeah. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Oh,
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
what do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow?
No.
Unfortunate.
No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
Silence is silence? You're sure there's more to it? All you hear is your own breathing, heavy and hoarse from all the nights spent drinking. It's the breath of an old man. But there's something else. There has to be something big, something unexpected, something new, yet to be discovered. Ghosts, speak to me. When was the last time this world had anything new to say?
Well, did you hear anything?
There seemed to be something there, but I could barely make it out.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything there.
The lieutenant looks down at the floor, as if to say, you're wasting time here. Maybe the speed freaks can help you with this. Go talk with Andre.
Maybe they can.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
You mentioned some kind of something on the church door. I'm here to talk about the church again.
Yes? What's the deal?
I'm making progress in the church, but it's slow going. There's a hitch in Sona's research.
What kind of a hitch?
She's trying to catch an anomaly using a special microphone setup, but she can't hear the audio coming through the headphones.
An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance it can do it.
They've got one speaker. One. Uno.
I'm not really so sure it's about the lack of bass, but I'll see what Sona thinks.
We've got some serious range on this baby. It'll blast her shoes off, believe me.
Okay, that's it for now. I guess we go
Goodbye,
back
officer.
to Sona.
Yes, what is it?
Everything disappears.
Oh, we got it.
You are
What?
draped in
Never
silence like a
mind.
drowning man staring into his puny little
What are we gonna hear?
headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
So we just figured out what. Okay.
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
I do.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Brilliant negotiating there, Detective.
Hey,
As
we have
always.
accomplished something.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks, officer.
Back to Andre.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church.
Yes? What's
Good.
the deal?
Good news. I managed to convince Sona. She's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition: she needs your speaker for her project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Anotic Dance music.
Cool. You're gonna have to share space for a couple weeks until she gets her research
That's
finished.
fine. We can manage.
I'm glad I could help.
We appreciate it. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
All right. Oh, the whole tent is gone. Is our girl still out here? Where am I? She is not. I mean, I don't think a couple hours have passed, but maybe they're in there already. They are.
Yes, what is it?
How's the project going? Woo. See that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is Anotic Dance music.
What? What did you say?
How's the project going?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud. Oh, the project. It's not going well.
Why?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you ask him?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
I guess I'll ask.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. Let me know how it goes.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair stands behind a mixer deck, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
I don't want to question this, man. I just want to get him to do what I need him to do.
It's hardcore!
Okay. Don't know what to say then.
Skibba-dee, skibba-danger. I am the rearranger.
What? Skibba-dee, skibba-danger. Me, am the rear ranger.
your cop training did not prepare you for this.
It sure
What
did
to
not.
do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? The young man behind the mixer deck acknowledges your return. When he looks,
This is hardcore. Hardcore!
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
Luckyerski, Materialski!
What? Hold on. There has to be some way to talk to this person. You just have a bang. It's definitely not about signs. So we just gotta figure it out.
Back to the heavyweight jam! Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent!
Encore! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
Ooh. I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
What is this?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the...
Nope.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally coherent. Encore.
He furrows his...
Hardcore. Ah!
I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was no question.
We're close.
All right.
Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. Encore. All right.
He furrows his...
The question is, what... But there was a question?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. Encore. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind.
All right.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah. Luckier. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Encore.
He furrows...
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
That is the question. What is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Okay.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
This is true. Can you please route Sona's signal through the speakers?
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
3.5.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
We are.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the on-off for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The on-off will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right, go tell her that Egghead is
All
ready
right,
to
Egg.
rave to her
Let's
tunes,
move it on.
And then I'll turn off the music.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, what is it?
All right, I talked to Egg. He plugged in the cable. You can now unmute your speaker.
Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time?
maximum is not the only way, okay?
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master!
This
There's
man-
no other way! Glue style!
Glue?
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless.
I think what Egg is trying to say is that the volume button is stuck on maximum.
Of course it is.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
This man.
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
I've been ready.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
All ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
Oh, yeah, so.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty.
Are my knees
The
weak
church
and arms
seems
heavy?
cold and large, somehow. There's tightness in your chest.
Nah, what's wrong?
5,
4,
4,
3,
3, 2,
1.
Mute disengaged.
No wind outside, no waves, no floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest. It will devour everything.
What in the world?
The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on? It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on.
I've never heard anything this hardcore in my life.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
So turn it off.
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to us! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Probably, yeah.
It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor! The place is gonna come down!
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
What in the world?
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
Egghead, stop it.
And then, It stops, totally and utterly, as if there never was a sound.
What in the world?
Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact.
Oof.
Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
What in the world?
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's the start.
Kim, did you hear that?
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
What was that? I've never heard anything like it.
It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
So you're gonna write to this person?
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
Jeez.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
So what happens now? Are you going to...
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
Alright.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least.
Okay.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive.
Very low. Our logic is trash. No reason not to make a guess.
All you hear is silence in your head.
Alright. Well, I'll let you work in peace now. I think with that, we're gonna end this one. That was wild. I guess we'll investigate around a little bit more and try and get our shivers up so we can look at that building and progress. So, next time.